All right, all right. All right, all right. Here we go. Got this new Range Rover here that we're going to go repair. We did a repair here. There was a scratch here, so we sanded it down, edge primer, and now we're gonna attempt to blend it. This is a super coarse metallic, like super coarse. You can see it even on when the clear coat is sanded. Very coarse metallic. Check it out. I actually love this color. It's so beautiful. It almost looks like it has a flake on it. But anyway, just gonna walk you through it, and we'll see how it turns out. This is the first time I ever do this color, so we'll see what happens. I mean, you know the deal here. If it looks good, I'll show it to you. If it doesn't look good, I'll show it to you. So, don't worry. You'll get to see it. You'll get to see it. I'm trying out different things for the audio. Right now, I am recording the audio on my phone with a Bluetooth headset, and then I'll try to put it in the video. Hopefully it works out. I don't know. I'm not a videographer or anything like that, you know, so for me it's difficult. And then I don't have all the time in the world with full-time job. You know, I obviously do motivated painter stuff at night, so I don't have much time. I have to use my time very wisely. I have to really use my time wisely. So I'm still using microfiber cloth, as you can see, because they're the best way to go, in my opinion, anyway. So basically you want to be checking this very well. Ensure there's no burn throughs. Ensure there's nothing funky going on. This, you know, an extra minute or two can save you a lot of hassle. There you go. And I always like to blow around it, because when you're blowing, you know, the clear coat on this, you're gonna have turbulence, right? It's gonna go and cycle through. So you want to blow everything out of the edges of the boot to be able to get a better paint job, really. Got some moldings over here that I'm wiping down now. Gonna get our stack gun. I have the neutralizer AC, and I also have the stack gun. They both work really well. They both do the same amount, the same job. Just this one is explosion proof. So if you're concerned about that, I mean, it works. They both work really well. That's the point. Well, you do have to be careful with the stack gun since that you don't get these little pins full of overspray, because then they're not doing anything. Alright, here we go. I'm going to use my Wacom HD 1.3 Motivated Painters Edition, and I love this gun. This gun's been my favorite gun for base coat so far. I haven't even done a review on it, but because I've been using it for a long time, and I just really want to make sure that I like it. And I honestly, I freaking love this truck. So because this is such a Corse metallic, it's gonna be very transparent. So I'm spraying that. I'm gonna do a 22 psi. I want to try to keep it. I just rinsed this gun so it had a little bit of a cleaner on it. But you want to keep this small as possible. Sometimes to keep it small, you gotta go down on your pressure, right? 22.5, making sure that's spraying nice. And I'm not pulling the full trigger, just doing kind of half a trigger and just moving it along. But you see, this thing does not cover it at all. It almost would have been better to put a ground coat on it, okay, and then put this on. I think I'm going to do that anyway. Either, like, that's crazy. Yeah, that's really bad coverage. That didn't cover at all. I've never done this color before, so that's why I didn't know. But I'm not going to go and, you know, just dump a whole bunch of base on there. I'll show you what I'll do. So obviously the coverage is not good with this color because it's really only metallics, right? So it's very difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go make some. Wow, that coverage is really good. So I'm going to come over here. If you guys could see that. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put these away. This is the color, so it's mostly 477. There's this special toner, 4023, which is $500, which is crazy. Want to see if I'm still recording here. Yep, still recording. So yeah, this color is so transparent. So we're going to do, we're going to go to the computer here and we're going to search, let's see if we can get G6, or let's do G5, and then under gray matic, I'm going to click that, and then that's going to give us a G shape of the primer that's on there, and we're going to just blend it out very nicely. We're going to mix just a couple of ounces more. Let's do this. This is going to be a longer video because obviously I'm doing these different things which you're going to, if you're a production painter or if you're a painter at all really, never, you can expect for the best, but most of the time things might not work out. So you have to be, I like to show you the real, you know, what goes on here, right? You know, I go and paint the car and the primer doesn't cover, right? So these are real life experiences that as painters we go through every single day, every single hour. You know, we get lucky sometimes and things go smoothly. But being a painter is not just rainbows and roses. You know, you're dealing with chemicals. You're dealing with things that sometimes are out of your control. I'm gonna put a little bit extra black, so I feel like it needs to go a little darker. That's it. So this mixes up the G shape, like if you put sealer or primer. So now we can just do that, and then I'll show you what this is gonna do. This is gonna make our life easier. That's what it's gonna do. There you go. Give that a little swivel. That's what I recommend people do all the time. If you see that the color is not covering very well, just put one coat and just stop. Just stop. Stop, drop, and roll. You know what I mean? Because that's going to save you a lot of headaches. You know, instead of trying to put so much base on there, and instead of getting sand piling all over the place, right? Then this is going to help you so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it all down. I'm not going to wipe the base off. But because this is so coarse, there's already some overspray, and I can do that with my microfiber cloth easily, no problem. But I want to get rid of that base overspray that's gonna make the job look dirty after, right? Because it's all gonna sit on top, and that's what creates sand piling. We don't want sand piling. Okay? Well, we do that. A little extra here. Get rid of the static because we just rubbed it. Okay. Microfiber cloth. But so basically, I'm going to put the pressure low. Okay. You know, even 18 psi if you want. And I'm just going to dust. You want to dust the edges. Obviously, do the whole thing, but just try to keep it as small as possible. I'm not going to pull full trigger. I just basically want to dust it on there just enough to cover it. Just like that. Then that gets rid of the harsh edges of the primer. And now, when we go to put the base on, that will cover very, very quickly. And it would assume hiding, which is the proper term. Okay? We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to put some here on this part instead. Sprayer part line. Right back. Still trying to get over me and losing my voice. But we're going. Right. Now roll this paste. Base dry. So even then it's already a lot better, and you can tell that, you know, it's already blending out all right, and it's not even close to being the color. But we don't have the issue of it being completely transparent. This color is tough, so I'm going to end up going probably like this all the way down here because I'm going to try to loosen as much as possible. You want to make sure that this is dry completely, because you go and put on the other coat of the actual base, you might get them to be merging together. You don't want that. You want that, but in a very, very microscopical level. Okay, here we go. We're going to do 23 psi. And I'm just going to work that in there. I'm going to put it on heavy because I already got good substrate on there. And all the way up top here. I'm not taking any chances with this color. I want to blend it out as much as possibly, as I possibly can. I need all the space I need, because when you got a really, really high metallic color like that, you need all the space you can get. I hope you guys can see that there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cover the whole thing. This color is super nice. I really like this color. It's almost not even a color, it's just pure metallic, you know? It's the same. If you have a black pencil on this color, you're done. Don't even bother. So it's very important to do it's taking forever to dry to this. But it's very important to get that ground coat on there. So to make your life a whole lot easier, you're not going to have to, you know, over apply the base coat. It's super important. Make your life a whole lot easier, that's for sure. I'm going to put a control coat on here. I already put 2 coats of base on this card. So it's white before. I'm going to put a control coat. Put 18 psi, 1/8. Like that. The car has spray mask, okay? Did I mention the car has spray mask? So this car is covered with something that protects it from overspray. It's called spray mask. The car has spray mask. Did I mention? Okay, good. Oh, before I forget, the car has spray mask. Right. We're going to dry this now. You see that? Got it covered. And we're looking good. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to put it at 20 psi. And I'm going to put just a medium wet coat. A little bit lighter than I did the other one. And what I want is I want to blend it out. Like that. Awesome. I'm going to dry this, and then I'm going to put a control coat. Actually, I can see something here. You can see here the overspray and then some marks here from when I washed it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry this really well, and then I'm going to wipe it all down with a tack cloth. I'm going to wipe it down really well. So I want this to be very dry. So I'll just I'm going to put my blower stand there, and I'm just going to. Okay, so here we are. Here we are. See that? All those little dots. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we want to make sure this job comes out almost perfect. Okay. So I got a piece of 3000, and we're just gonna hard to get a grip on this, but you want to do the whole entire thing. And that's gonna get rid of that. See that? See how it's getting rid of that? Worst case scenario, okay? Really high metallic colors, you might have to do this, okay? You don't have to do it all the time, but you might have to do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the whole thing. I don't want anything to be wrong with this car. I can see that they're kind of going dark. I might have to sand them with 1000. Or maybe not. There you go, they're going that way. They're going away now, so it'll be okay. So I'm going to do the whole thing, and we'll be back, okay? But I'm glad that you're getting to see this, because you get to see, nobody's going to show you their screw-ups, and even less how to fix them. So this is not really a screw-up, but it's something that could happen, and it does happen, and you have to know how to fix it, right? And the good thing about this is that you're getting rid of all the base overspray, okay? So you're getting rid of all the base overspray, and you're getting rid of the sun piling, and you're getting rid of the problem. Now those black dots are from sometimes I clearly washed it. You saw me washing it, but sometimes when you're prepping this, when you're prepping it, and you spray water cleaner on it, and you let it sit on the sanded surface, it water spots, just like any car water spots. So be aware of that. So that's something that could save you really a redo if you don't pay attention to those kinds of things, right? So that's basically what happened. This was cleaned, but then the water cleaner sat on the sanded surface for too long, and that's what caused those spots. So then there's actually contaminants on there, and it's bitten into the sanded surface, which is why I wasn't able to get them out when I cleaned it. So that's something that you really should take in consideration, and always pay attention to that kinds of stuff, because this would have easily been a redo, and I would have easily had to paint this again if I didn't notice that. So always, I'm telling you, it's worth it to slow down a little bit, notice what you're doing so you can speed up. At least 3000 is pretty much saturated by now, but I want to make sure that I get all those spots. So now all this is going to need, it's going to be a control coat, and then that's it, which is the good thing. But you got to make sure you get all those spots, because the clear coat, what the clear coat's going to do, it's going to magnify everything that's on here. So if something doesn't look right, the clear coat is going to be like, hey, look at this, hey, look at that. So you got to make sure you're good to go. You're good to go before you clear it. Obviously this is not ideal, but it happens, and I'm glad it happened so I could show you guys how to fix it. I know maybe some of you guys watching here didn't know what that was when you saw it, but basically if you let the water cleaner sit on the sanded panel, it's going to give you that. It looks like these dark spots. I'm going to get another piece so I can get rid of those spots. It looks like they're gone from up here, but when you go down here, you can still see the darkness of them. Which, I mean, you have to get rid of it, or else the blowers are great to clean out paper too. But I'm sanding this to 3000, so there won't be any sand scratches or any funky stuff like that. So that's why I sand it with 3000 first. Now this is going to be really nice and smooth. I think I had one video before where I was blending out a silver and I wanted to try something different, and I did this, and the blends actually turn out so beautiful because you're getting rid of everything that's sitting on top. So then everything sits the same way, everything sits uniformly on the 3000 scratch surface. And since we got coverage, we got hiding, all that we're gonna do is probably a couple coats of control coats, but I mean, I can't really tell right now. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. We won't know until we get the coat of base on there. Also, what you could do at this point is put wet bed on the whole thing. Okay, got some? Alright. See here? You look down, like sit down, you see them? See these black spots?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are all little droplets of the water cleaner.
Really?
Yeah. See? I saw them I saw them because of the overspray of the base. It highlighted them. So you can see. So now I'm just trying to get rid of them. They should go away with 1000. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a control coat on everything. But yeah, it happens when the water cleaner just kind of sits on the sanded surface a little bit. Because I cleaned it with the microfiber cloth, right? So I didn't let this sit at all. Ooh, they're still there. That's scary. Yeah, same thing on this side. I already got rid of some of them, but you can see them here.
Don't you think it might be the polisher?
No. Yeah. You're coming off. No, because the polisher it doesn't spot. The polisher doesn't spot.
Yeah.
It looks like he sprayed water on it. You know how the cars get watermarks?
But I didn't spray it. I wiped it with a rag.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I didn't spray it clean. I know what you're talking about when you were spraying
Right.
it in there. Yeah. But,
Well, good thing I saw it before I cleared it, right? Or else this would have been a huge screw up. They would have had to blend the corner, blend the fender, you have to blend everything. We're good on this side. So we got the blowers going, and I'm going to wipe it. Yeah, that's okay. Well, this got rid of this one, but then I'll put a control fluid over this one. Now that they're standing, they're not sticking up. Before they were like kind of sticking up, so the metallics were gathering around the edges. No, because, yeah, try it. Not too much. Weird, that's so dark. Right? Alright. Thanks, buddy. Yeah. Just in case anybody experiences the same thing, now I know how to fix it. Cut you out.
huh?
Cut you out.
No.
Nice one with screw-ups. Helps everybody. Alright, here we go. We'll blow it, tack it. Where's the microfiber though? I don't really use the tack off anymore. These microfibers are just awesome. So I just use them. Works amazing. Okay, it's still on. Good. So I'm gonna put a level control fluid on it. And then I'm gonna put one medium wet coat next to it to make sure that there is any sand factor will be gone. And then double control over it. And I want to try to, so the cool thing now is that it's all flat, right? So there's no sand padding at all whatsoever. So that's a good thing. And I think we only did 1,000 trifecta, which is the fully 1,000. And we did 3,000. So there shouldn't be any scratches whatsoever. So I think we'll see how we'll put one for Choco. And then we'll see how that lays out. 18 psi. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to put a little bit wet. Just clean the edges there. Get rid of where it's standing. I want to try to stay away from the adjacent panels of course. Panels are done. These are done for your benefit. There we go. That's looking good. Blow dry that, some Choco, and then boom. Yeah, see, that's drying really nice. That's what we wanted. No spot. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, looks good. But I'm glad I get to show you guys things like this. I mean, like all it works for me and, you know, in my production shop, and I got cars to paint, but when these things happen, you just have to take care of them. You just have to take care of them. You can't neglect them. Right. We're going to do it to Choco, and we're good to go. You know, this car's over. That's it. Done. So the minimum mix for this was 14 ounces. So I'm glad I mixed the 14 ounces because I almost used all of them. Let's see how the moldings look, because we gotta make sure they look perfect too. Yeah, they're looking good, not bad. I'm gonna put a control coat on them and that's it. Oh, see that there? I need some coverage there. There was a burn through there. And that's it for that. It's such a nice color. Pain in the butt. Pain in the butt, definitely. But such a nice color. All right. That's it. Beautiful. All right. Right. Let's do this. So, looking good. Fast off, ready to go. I'm gonna just use the static gun. And let this sit for 15 minutes. This way, I make sure that the base coat is waxed off and that everything is gonna go smoothly. I'm using ECs 520 and 550. I'm using my Wacom HDE Clear 1.3. 32 PSI. So what the gun is doing. So that will tell you to slow down, speed up, get closer, move farther back, all of that good stuff. That's looking awesome. Blend looks beautiful. I'm happy with that. Super happy with that. Oh man. Thank God. We let that flash off for 5 minutes and we'll put on another coat. Okay, look at that thing. Right. Here we go. Check it out. Woo! Not bad at all. Kind of hard to, it's on a different angle, but it's on a different angle. But check that out. That's a great match right there. Awesome. I love it. So I'm going to save that. Make sure we save that for later. So we got no spots. Looking good. No redo. I love it. Right? That's what it's all about. If you can save yourself a redo by just doing a little bit of work before you clear it, then that gives you a really, really good chance of things going right. So I'm glad you got to see that. I'm going to put another second coat of clear, and that'll be it. Yeah, that looks great. So because we sanded it, right, with 3000 tri-sac and 1000 tri-sac, then there's no sand scratches, everything is smooth, and we only put 2 more coats of base after that. When you have a very difficult color, try doing that. You might notice a darker edge once you sand it, but with 2 coats of base, that goes away because everything is smooth. Awesome. This is such a nice color. Love this color. I mixed 20 ounces. Still got lots left. Check it out. Still, lots left. This clear gun is awesome. There you have it. Well, I'm glad that you watched this. I hope it's useful. I'm going to continue to try to get better and better and better sound and video for you guys. But I'm glad you got to see the raw footage of this and what we need to do sometimes. This is beautiful. Oh, it won't even need polishing. I love it. Anyways, I'm going to slide this out of the way and move on to the next car. I love you. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to Motivated Painters, all right? And go check out the paint suits, motivatedpainters.com. Love you. Bye-bye.